It's simple for life to become all about playing catch-up on emails and texts, and about rushing this way and that, trying to meet deadlines and make it to meetings on time. With life and fast forward, it's easy to forget just how important it is to get away.
Well, today we're going to do something I've never done before, and that's fish for rainbow trout and I hope maybe some bull trout too, that are following migrating salmon up from Quesnel Lake up into one of the tributary rivers to spawn. And I know that's a big thing on the West Coast, and it's a big thing in Alaska, and probably even in the Midwest, the Great Lakes salmon and steelhead fisheries. But I've never done that. I have been to the river that we're going to fish today a few years ago, earlier in the summer when the salmon weren't there, and consequently the big rainbows weren't there feeding on the salmon eggs. So we're hoping the timing is just right this time to find these fish in the river.
Follow me now, there is somewhere I want to go.
So some of the places narrowed, and there were, logs coming into the water, and so the jet boat drivers were having to avoid kind of running aground on certain portions, and then, avoid the logs at the same time. Just simply looking around and seeing, the large grizzly prints on the shore, and seeing that, the carcasses of salmon that they had already pulled up on the shore that they were ripping apart or that they had finished with. I mean, that added to this concept that we really were out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, people, my guess would be they pay thousands of dollars to go up to Alaska to go up and see this, but here we are right in the Caribou region, kind of right in central British Columbia, and this is what's happening right around us.
So we climb over the log jam and to get to the place where Skeed wants us to fish, and it's funny, the fishermen are impatient to get going. Skeed was probably even more impatient. He kept twitching and stuff and wondering when someone was actually going to get up there and make a cast, but of course we've got to get cameras ready and all that sort of stuff. So for some reason, I think it's probably had to do with age, I got to step in the water first, and I did, and Skeed said, cast over on the other side of those fallen logs you can see in the water. And there should be a whole bunch of fish stacked up in there. And the water is just colored enough from, I guess, glacial silt that you can see the salmon, but you can't see the trout. It's almost like they're transparent. I believe I had a strike on my first cast, which I missed, and then I had another strike on my second cast and caught the fish, and we were kind of away for the rest of the morning. No, a little to the left. Great. Wow, look at that. This is,
You're gonna make this look too easy, Jim.
Beautiful colors.
At one point throughout the day, we'd come around the corner and we'd gotten out of the boat and we were fishing, and there were some grizzly bears that had come out to the stream, and they were just downstream. Oh, Jim. There we go. There, the double. Whoa!
Look at that fish there.
Today was one of those days where, like, if I make it to be a grandfather, it's one of those days where I'm gonna tell my grandkids, you know what? I had one of those days where I was out fishing for massive rainbows and massive bull trout. And the only other anglers on the stream that day were the grizzly bears that were across the stream from us. We were fishing in the mountains where very, very few people get a chance to go up and fish an area like that. I mean, we were fishing in Eden.